Well, hi y'all, this is Ginger with Ginger Snap Thrifting. Thanks for coming by and checking out my snaps for this last week, y'all. I had a lot of fun and I found some neat stuff and I found some stuff I'm super excited about. So let's get started. My first snap is this big old quilt, y'all. Look at this big old quilt. So this is probably a full-size quilt. It's hand embroidered. It's got these beautiful doves. Remember the Bible story of the dove that went out from the ark and came back with an olive branch? A dove carrying an olive branch has always been a symbol of peace since then. This is a beautiful hand embroidered quilt. The downside is that it's a tied quilt. It's not hand quilted. It'll be really beautiful. Somebody will put it on their guest bedroom or display it hanging over a rock. Wouldn't this look pretty over an old white painted rocking chair, y'all? I think it would. Okay, next, y'all, I got a flask. You know people love flasks. Old metal flask, stainless steel flask. This is UMF of America. An old, probably back in the day when men carried flasks to work. I don't know. Maybe it was just a commemorative thing. Anyway, people love these. I don't know what they do with them. I don't care what they do with them, but they like them. This is handmade pottery. Handmade salt and pepper shaker, really heavy. It says 97 and somebody's initials on the bottom. And it's got a scripture on it. It says, "Let the spices thereof flow out." Psalm 4:16. So, pretty heavy duty salt and pepper shaker, handmade. And then these were just sweet. They're wooden. I don't know what kind of wood. They're little egg cups, y'all. They look like little goblets. They need some butcher block oil on them to make them look beautiful. Egg cups. Fun little things. And then these, every time I put one in my booth, it sells. This is a roaster. Y'all all remember the old granite ware speckle roaster. This one's been used quite a bit. It's got a bunch of oil, grease, residue on it. I'll clean that up. Anyway, a nice size for a big fat hen, y'all, or a small ham, a little roast, whatever. People buy these. Like I said, as soon as I put them in my booth, they get snapped up. All right, I've got a cast iron doorstop here. It's a duck, y'all. It's not a real vintage duck. It's got a made in China paper tag. But when you live in an old house, lots of times your doors don't stay open without a doorstop. Mallard duck doorstop, y'all, cast iron. And then this is just a scarf. It's an Indian print scarf. Let's see what it says here. Oh, it's just an acrylic polyester scarf. It's not wool. But I got this because I'm going to cut this up. I saw some jean jackets with print like this stitched on the back of them, and I thought I'd give that a try. And then this is an almost vintage. I got 2 sets of these. Look at Elsie the cow, y'all, in her bicentennial outfit. These are commemorative glasses for Borden's bicentennial anniversary in 2007. I've got 2 complete sets in the original boxes. The boxes are kind of grungy, but somebody that loves advertising memorabilia will love these. All right, I found a 3-piece set of Tupperware bowls with the lids, y'all. These are the old ones. Y'all remember the little cereal bowls? They were pastel colors. These are just the little clear white ones. But you know, Tupperware is always a great seller. It's always got a lot of use in the home kitchen. So if I don't keep this or my daughter doesn't speak for it, somebody will buy it for their kitchen. And then these are Rubbermaid containers. We don't use a lot of plastic containers, but we're getting ready to go on that camping trip, y'all, and we're gonna need containers to put food in. So plastic containers for camping. This will go in my camping stuff. Y'all, this year I bought 2 pair of really nice leather boots. And I've been waiting to put my leather boots up because I needed a shoe shine kit. And so I finally bought one off Amazon. It just came in the other day. These same pieces, not the shoe polish, not the little bag, but the little cloth, the little brushes. And then I found this for 50 cents at the yard sale. So y'all know what this thrifty mama's gonna do. I'm gonna be doing a return to Amazon on my $12 shoe shine kit, y'all, and use that money for something else, and Amazon will get that money too, I have no doubt. But thriftiness, y'all. Everything's so high, you gotta save a penny or $1 where you can. All right, this is Borden advertising. Borden caps. Look, there's Elsie the cow. There's the Borden Elsie Sunshine. Here's another Borden. And a Borden. When it's Borden, it's got to be good. I'll tell y'all a secret. I don't like Borden milk. It's got a different flavor. It's not. My daddy was a dairyman. He worked for Foremost. I don't even know if Foremost is still around. But I bought Borden milk and I just don't like the flavor of it. Just me. But here's a Borden vest. Got that great big applique. And then this was such a fun color I couldn't resist. It's a Borden pullover windbreaker, y'all. It says Le Bleu bottled water. I guess they were advertising bottled water. But look at that pretty blue and green color that shows. So this will go in my booth, all these, and somebody will pick them up and be excited to get them. Watched my garden video where I was filling the big grow bags with the green plastic pitcher. Y'all, I had that Rubbermaid pitcher for years. I made tea in it, and I ruined it out in the garden. But look, found me 2 more to replace it. And I love these because the lids, you can put them to pour the ice out, you can put them to not pour the ice out. Fun pitcher, 75 cents a piece, y'all. I sure couldn't have bought them at Walmart for that, could I? And then got me a bag of emery boards. You know, you can sterilize these. You can sterilize them in alcohol. And a brand new thing of orange wood sticks. These are birch wood sticks. These are so good, not just for manicure stuff, but for out in the craft cottage when you get a little paint on something, you need to lift it off. These little points work great. Okay, this was fun. A Garrett Book Coin Bank, it says. If you look at it here, it says it's a Holy Bible. So I thought, well, what in the world is this thing? Is it a Bible? Is it a bank? It is a bank. Baby's bank. It's got a key. And it advertised First National Bank of Marshall, Texas. Look at that. This was probably given to folks when they had their first child and had a bank account there. When I was a baby, the bank my daddy banked at, gave him a New Testament for me, and I still have it. I carried it in my wedding. It was one of the things I carried in my wedding. A New Testament from dated the day I was born. It was sweet. I got me some linens. This is grandma core, y'all. Look at that. Now, I probably would not hang this lay this on my dresser, but look, y'all. You fold that down and stitch that on. Wouldn't that make a pretty little apron pocket or a pocket on a sundress? I'm going to be making me some sundresses. Here's a bigger one. Bigger one. These are all hand embroidered. Back when ladies sat around and did that kind of stuff. This is a big round one. Big round tablecloth. I love it because it's got the dogwood blossom on it, y'all. See the dogwood? My mama loved dogwoods, and I love to see them bloom in the spring. One of these days, after I get all my food planting around the old blue house done, I'm going to buy me a dogwood tree just for me so I can look at it every spring and think about how mama loved it. Enjoy it. And I got one more. This was pretty grungy. I don't know if it'll clean up, but it's they call these a dresser scarf. Put it on your dresser, and you put a lamp on either end, and you put between your lamps. And this is more than likely hand crocheted lace around it. Y'all know I love old linens and things, I just do. And then these are sweet. You remember when ladies wore gloves? A pair of white gloves. A pair of leather longer gloves. I believe these are lambskin maybe. Let me see if it says. It just says leather with 100% silk lining, size 8. Size 8, y'all. Aren't those sweet? Ladies used to wear a lot of gloves. Protected their hands. And look at these. Look at this cute little detail. Can y'all see that? Hand stitching and little buttons. Sweet little gloves, y'all. Sweet little vintage gloves. Got one more thing here. I'll show y'all before I show you the last thing. This is a set. This does not fit me. Look at this cute little skirt. Look at that lace on the bottom. I got this, y'all, for the lace and the neutral color, and I could probably never make it fit me, but what I can do is cut that lace out of it and repurpose it. And so it's got the skirt, it's got the jacket, can y'all see that? With all this pretty lace, and it's got the little shell, the little sleeveless outfit for under it. So I'll be repurposing all this lace for something else. I don't know what yet. Might take me years to finish it, but I'll find a use for it. Y'all, if y'all don't know yet, I'm a sucker for old books, and I love children's books. Look at this. The New Basic Reader, Streets and Roads. It's pink. It says it belonged to Patricia May Drake. And let's see, 1952 reader. Silent Night, the story of a song. We all know the story of Silent Night. Let me see if it's got a, says it's a Borzoi book for young readers. 1943. Right there, 1943, y'all. See? And look, it's got some beautiful plates in it. Isn't that gorgeous? Keeping Fit for Fun. Keeping Fit. That's interesting. Did you know that way back in the day, this book is the property of the state of Texas. Way back in the day, they, 1947, they talked about keeping fit. This talks about dinner and what you should eat and when you should eat and how to exercise. Luck and Pluck. Luck and Pluck. How fun. How fun. Debbie Drake. Marshall, Texas, it says. 1955. Y'all look. Little pictures on almost every page. The pictures sure did make it more interesting to read, didn't it, y'all? The Little Dutch Tulip Girl. Isn't that sweet? $19.29. Look, there's an actual picture of a little girl in her little Dutch bonnet. Isn't that sweet? And the last one, Children Everywhere, Laidlaw readers. Y'all, these books are in such good shape, they don't even have that old book smell. Y'all know the smell I'm talking about. 1955, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that artwork beautiful? Someone will love these books. I sell a lot of vintage books in my booth. One more thing, y'all, before my grand finale. A Comfort Grip cookie press, Wilton. Y'all, I have tried every other brand of cookie press and every recipe of spritz cookie dough and have never been successful. So this has the cookie dough recipes on it, and I am going to try once again to make spritz cookies because I really want to make some little pastel cookies for Easter, y'all. So we'll see if it works. I'll let y'all know. Okay, and finally, y'all, the best snap of the week. I'm so excited about it. Y'all may remember that a couple of weeks back, I thrifted some beautiful artwork, and I said I was going to turn these really tall ceilings in my hallway into a art gallery. But before I could do that, I had to do two things. I have to paint, which I haven't done yet, and I have to replace the light fixtures because they're just really nondescript, inexpensive builder grade light fixtures, and I wanted something spectacular in there. So it might sound kind of silly, but I want my hallway to be a focal point of my house, if that makes sense. And it'll mostly just be for us, but that's what I want. So I have been looking and looking and looking for light fixtures. And one of the issues is there are two lights in the hallway. So at the front part of the hallway, the ceilings are probably 14, 15 foot tall. And then in the second part of the hallway, because that was an addition that was added to the house after it was built, the ceilings dropped to about maybe 10, 11 foot tall. But you can see both the light fixtures from either end of the hallway, so I wanted something that matched. Y'all, look what I found. I'm so excited. Look at this beauty, y'all. Look at this gorgeous chandelier. 6 globe, polished kind of brushed nickel, and it's got the globes that go with it. It's real heavy, y'all, real heavy. And these are the globes that go on it. It's got all the globes. I see it's a combination frosted and clear glass, little star pattern. No, this is not turn of the century vintage, but it's a great look. It's going to put such great white light. Most of the light fixtures I looked at had an amber globe or even an opaque globe that the light just came out through the top. Or I wanted something that was really going to light up that spot. And then this came with it, so this will go in the back part of the hallway. Look at that. Look at that. It's a match. It's a perfect match. And then they also had 2 smaller light fixtures, and I'm thinking they're going to go in my bathrooms, y'all. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they grand? Aren't they elegant? I think they are. I love them. And I'm so excited to get these up in my hallway, and I'm going to show y'all the process. I got to pick a paint color. After 4.5 years in this old house, I'm forced to pick a paint color. So I'll be working on that this week, and we will get on that in a later video. Well, y'all, thanks so much for watching all the way through to the end. If you're a subscriber, I thank you for your support. And if you're not a subscriber, why don't you take a minute to subscribe now? Ring that bell so you get notified when I post new videos. Here in just a bit, I'm going to give y'all a fairy garden update. I know a lot of y'all watch my fairy garden build, and I've got some more fun little things. They're not thrifted little things. They're purchased little things, but I've been waiting and waiting for them to come in, and they finally came in. So, y'all, let me just remind you to bloom where you're planted. Be kind. Count your blessings and be content. Comparison to other people around you can only lead to discontent, y'all. So think about how richly blessed you are. Be kind to people. A smile or a kind word goes a long way toward helping somebody stay. And when you bless others, God will bless you richly in return. Don't forget to watch my fairy garden update at the end of this. This is Ginger with Ginger Snap Thrifting.